Assalamu alaikum. This is Btv Chattogram welcoming you all to the English news from Btv Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Reforms without unity or election without reforms not to be able to take Bangladesh forward, says Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Eight-member high-powered committee starts working to investigate fire incident at Secretariat. No one to be spared if found guilty in investigation over Secretariat's fire incident, says religious advisor Dr. AFM Khalid Hussain. BNP chairperson Begum Khalida Zia to be able to take part in next election, while Awami League leaders including Sheikh Hasina to be barred if convicted, says Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman. Former Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh passes away in hospital in New Delhi at 92. And India trails by 310 runs against Australia on day 2 of Melbourne Test. Viewers, those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has said that reforms without unity or election without reforms will not be able to take Bangladesh forward. At the same time, he said the participation of all citizens is necessary in the reform initiatives taken by the present interim government in different areas. The chief advisor said the reform and election preparations will continue simultaneously. He said this in a video message at the inauguration of the National Dialogue on Unity, Reform and Election in the capital this morning. Forum for Bangladesh Studies have organized the dialogue. In the video message, the chief advisor described unity as the main strength. Professor Yunus said the July upsurge not only liberated Bangladesh but also made our dreams very courageous. Speechless Bangladesh has regained the power to speak with a loud voice. He said the continued conspiracies of the forces against the mass upsurge have further strengthened the unity of the new Bangladesh. The interim government is working to bring our beloved Bangladesh back to the path of equality, human dignity, and justice, the chief advisor said, stressing the need for building an economy that ensures equality of wealth and opportunity for all. Professor Yunus said there will be such a political and state environment where the identity of minority and majority will be irrelevant. We all have one identity. I am a citizen of Bangladesh and the state is obliged to ensure all my rights, he added. The chief advisor said the youth are more in number. To give their opinion on their future, I think the voting age for them should be fixed at 17 years.
সংস্কার বিষয়ে আমাদের মধ্যে ঐকমত্য প্রয়োজন। এর কোনো বিকল্প নাই। ঐক্যবিহীন সংস্কার কিংবা সংস্কারবিহীন নির্বাচন বাংলাদেশকে এগিয়ে নিতে পারবে না। পাশাপাশি আমাদের ছাত্র জনতা অটুট সাহসে শিশু হত্যাকারী ও পৈশাচিক ঘাতকদের মোকাবেলা করেছে। মানবতার বিরুদ্ধে এমন নিষ্ঠুরতাকে অবশ্যই বিচারের মুখোমুখি করতে হবে। সংস্কার ও নির্বাচনের প্রস্তুতি একই সঙ্গে চলতে থাকবে। সংস্কারের কাজে সকল নাগরিককে অংশগ্রহণ করতে হবে। যারা ভোটার তারা তো অংশগ্রহণ করবেনই, তার সঙ্গে যারা ভবিষ্যতে ভোটার হবেন তারাও সর্বাত্মকভাবে সংস্কারের কাজে নিজেদেরকে নিয়োজিত করুন। আমরা এখন এমন পর্যায়ে পৌঁছেছি যে যাই মতামত হোক না কেন আমরা দ্রুত একটা ঐকমত্য প্রতিষ্ঠিত করে সংস্কারের কাজগুলো করে ফেলতে চাই। নির্বাচনের পথে যেন এগিয়ে যেতে পারি সেই ব্যবস্থা করতে চাই। জুলাই গণঅভ্যুত্থান কেবল বাংলাদেশকে মুক্তই করেনি, আমাদের স্বপ্নকেও তুমুল সাহসী করে তুলেছে। বাকহীন বাংলাদেশ জোরালো কণ্ঠে আবার কথা বলার শক্তি ফিরে পেয়েছে। এই দৃঢ়কণ্ঠ আবার ঐক্য গঠনে সোচ্চার হয়েছে। ঐক্য আমাদের মূল শক্তি। জুলাই অভ্যুত্থান আমাদেরকে ঐতিহাসিক মাত্রায় বলীয়ান করেছে। গত 5 মাসে এই ঐক্য আরও শক্তিশালী হয়েছে। গণ অভ্যুত্থানের বিরুদ্ধ শক্তি আমাদের মধ্যে ভাঙন সৃষ্টি করার ক্রমাগত প্রয়াস চালাতে থাকায় আমাদের ঐক্য আরও মজবুত হচ্ছে। এই ঐক্যের জোরেই এখন আমরা অসাধ্য সাধন করতে পারি। এখনই আমাদের সর্বোচ্চ সুযোগ। এমন অর্থনীতি গড়ে তুলতে হবে যেটা সকল নাগরিকের জন্য সম্পদের ও সুযোগের বৈষম্যহীনতার নিশ্চয়তা প্রদান করবে। এমন রাজনৈতিক ও রাষ্ট্রীয় পরিবেশ থাকবে যেখানে সংখ্যালঘু সংখ্যাগুরু এই পরিচিতি অবান্তর হয়ে পড়বে। সবার একটিই পরিচয়, আমি বাংলাদেশের নাগরিক এবং রাষ্ট্র আমাকে আমার সকল অধিকার প্রদান করতে বাধ্য। রাষ্ট্রের কাছে এবং অন্য নাগরিকের কাছে আমার অন্য কোনো পরিচয় দেবার প্রয়োজন হবে না। তরুণরা সংখ্যায়ও বেশি। দেশের ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে তারা আগ্রহী। নিজের ভবিষ্যৎ নিয়ে তার মতামত দেওয়ার জন্য আমি মনে করি ভোটার হওয়ার বয়স 17 বছর নির্ধারিত হওয়া উচিত। নির্বাচন সংস্কার কমিশন কী সুপারিশ করবেন তা আমার জানা নেই, কিন্তু দেশের বেশিরভাগ মানুষ যদি কমিশনের সুপারিশ করা বয়স পছন্দ করে, ঐকমত্যে পৌঁছার জন্য আমি তা মেনে নেব।
BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said his party wants to go into election following minimal necessary reforms. BNP wants election without reforms. Such an assumption is not correct, he added. Mirza Fakhrul said this at a national dialogue at Krushibid Institution in the capital organized by Forum for Bangladesh Studies today. He said BNP is cordial regarding reforms. The 8-member high-powered committee formed to investigate the fire incident at the Secretariat has started work. The committee, led by Senior Home Secretary Nasim Al-Goni and members of law enforcement agencies, kicked off investigation in the morning. The fire broke out at the Secretariat's building number 7 at late night on Wednesday. The burned-down building is housing local government, rural development and cooperatives ministry, youth and sports ministry, post communication and ICT ministry, labor and employment ministry, road transport and bridges ministry offices. Important documents were burned down on that night. The intensity of fire has stoked questions. In an instant Facebook status over the fire incident, advisor Asif Mohammed said, "Proof of massive corruption and looting of several thousand crore taka during the fascist Al Malik government was found at the local government, rural development and cooperatives ministry. Members of law enforcement agencies thronged the burned-down building in the morning today. The investigation committee has been asked to submit report by 10 working days." Foreign advisor Mohammad Tawhid Hussain said the Bangladesh-China relationship has reached a new height. He said the relationship between the two countries is built on mutual respect and confidence. Tawhid Hussain came up with the observation today while speaking at a seminar at North-South University in the capital. The foreign advisor said the only solution is to send the Rohingyas back to Myanmar. Bangladesh expects a more cordial and active role of China in this regard. North-South University Vice Chancellor Professor Abdul Hanan Chaudhary presided over the function. Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh Wao Wen and China's UN University Professor He Ming, among others, spoke at the seminar. In his speeches, Ambassador Wao Min said Bangladesh and China have long trusted relations. China will work together in all the development processes and progress of Bangladesh, including trade and commerce and information technology in the future. To bring relief to the people, highlighting some reforms in the banking sector and NBR, the finance advisor Saliuddin Ahmed said, "Now the biggest challenge is to control the law and order situation, curb inflation, increase employment and income." He said this in a view exchange meeting with the senior officials of the government organizations of Chattogram Division, organized by Chattogram Divisional and District Administration. Divisional Commissioner Dr. Muhammad Ziauddin presided over, and Additional Divisional Commissioner Shamin Jahan moderated, while Chattogram Port Chairman Rear Admiral S.M. Munir-Zaman, Police Chattogram Range DIG Ahsan Habib Palash, CMP Commissioner Hasib Aziz, Additional Divisional Commissioner Muhammad Anwar Pasha and senior officials of various government departments were present on the occasion. The government officials upheld various problems, plans, development suggestions, and opinions of their respective organizations in the meeting. Those who destroy state resources can never be patriots, said religious advisor Dr. AFM Khalid Hussain, adding that a high-level investigation committee is working on the fire incident in the Secretariat. No one will be spared if found guilty in the investigation. He said these at Dr. Nazrul Islam's commemoration meeting held at Lalkan Bazar Jamiatul Ullah Madrasa premises of the city in the afternoon. The religious advisor called upon everyone to be united in building a beautiful, prosperous, fair-based, non-discriminatory Bangladesh. Organized by Dr. Jamal Nuzrul Islam's Shriti Shangshrod, Allama Mufti Muhammad Izharul Islam Chaudhry presided over, while cultural counselor of the Iranian embassy in Dhaka, said Riza Mir Muhammadi, Professor Ilaya Chaudhry, politicians, academicians, lawyers, businessmen, social workers, and Islamic thinkers addressed the occasion. Attorney General Muhammad Asaduzzaman said BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia will be able to take part in the next election. There is no legal bar in this case. He said this at a shadow parliament over ensuring punishment of the electoral offenders at the FDC in the capital today. Debate for Democracy chairman Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Quran presided over the event. Eastern University argued in favor of the proposal while Bangladesh University was against the proposal. The Attorney General said leaders and activists of the Awami League, including Sheikh Hasina, will not be able to take part in the election if they are convicted. Bangladesh Jamaat-e-Islami Naib-e-Amir Dr. Syed Abdullah Muhammad Tahir said the fallen faced Sheikh Hasina continuously killed democracy and took away people's right to vote and fled the country. Sheikh Hasina is conspiring in various ways to make Bangladesh a failed state again. All conspiracies must be dealt with unitedly. Jamaat-e-Islami Naib Amir said this while addressing the Ramna Thana Unit Working Council member as chief guest in the capital today. Ramna Thana's Amir Muhammad Atikur Rahman presided over the program. Among others, Jamaat-e-Islami Central Working Council member and Naib Amir advocate Dr. Muhammad Hilaluddin, Dr. Dhaka Metropolitan South Secretary Dr. Muhammad Shofiqul Islam Masood also addressed the conference. Now, international news. Manmohan Singh, the former Indian Prime Minister whose economic reforms made his country a global powerhouse, passed away at the age of 92. He held office from 2004 to 2014, was credited with having overseen an economic boom in Asia's fourth largest economy in his first term. India has announced 7 days of mourning and a state funeral for former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, who was hailed as one of the architects of the country's economic liberalization in the early 1990s. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has conveyed his profound grief and deep condolences to the Prime Minister of India and the President of Indian National Congress on the passing of Manmohan Singh. Manmohan Singh was admitted at All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi for treatment of his first age-related medical conditions. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called him one of India's most distinguished leaders who rose from humble origins and left a strong imprint on economic policy over the years. Manmohan Singh was born in 1932 in the mud house village of Gah in what is now Pakistan. He studied economics and took his PhD from Oxford. Singh worked in a string of senior civil posts, served as a central bank governor, and also held various jobs with global agencies, including the United Nations. At least 50 people have been killed, including 5 medical staff, in an Israeli airstrike on a building near the hospital in northern Gaza. Israel ordered the evacuation of the hospital, endangering the remaining nearly 75 patients there. The Israeli army has issued a statement confirming it launched a raid on the Kamal Adwan hospital, claiming the medical facility serves as a Hamas terrorist stronghold in northern Gaza. Israel's war on Gaza has killed at least 45,436 Palestinians and wounded 108,038 since October 7, 2023. Meanwhile, the head of the UN's World Health Organization was at Yemen's Sana'a airport when it was bombed by Israeli warplanes, and at least 6 people were reported killed in Israel's latest strike on the country. Now, sports news. Cricket. Australia's Fury pace attack destroyed India's top order to put them in the driving seat of the 4th test after they set a daunting first innings target on the back of Steve Smith's 34th test century. The visitors were 164 for 5 at the close of day 2 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, still 310 runs adrift after Australia was out for 474 soon after lunch, buoyed by Smith's stylish 140. Rishabh Pant was not out 6 and Ravindra Jadeja on 4, with 3 wickets in the final half for bursting India's momentum after they were 153 for 2. Scott Boland and skipper Pat Cummins grabbed 2 wickets each for Team Australia.